So I want you to imagine for a second, you're the big smart money. You're the institutional fund. You're a hedge fund. And you know that prices are going to drift downwards. And you want to wait for them to drift down and then get buying. However, first of all, you want to trap all of the retail traders. How are you going to trap them? How are you going to convince them to buy all of these tops? How are you going to approach it? Well, the way is probably quite simple. This is what you're going to do. In terms of price first, you're going to have price chop upwards and downwards and keep trapping people along the way. And then the other thing is every single day, you're going to make sure it's shilled on Twitter that Bitcoin approval is imminent. Every single day, get your favorite influencer to say, today's the day. It's definitely going to get approved today. And then it doesn't. And then tomorrow. And then the day after. And then the day after. Where in reality, you'll drag that out for weeks and months. And maybe it won't even matter when it gets approved. The price might not even move much because it's already been priced in anyway. Don't fall for this shit. This happens in crypto world all the time. I'm going to show you the levels people are actually going to be watching, the big players. So let's start with, we're going to have a look at Fetch first. We zoom out to a daily chart. What you'll notice is from the swing low, which we saw in June, and this run up, we've not had any significant pullback. Now you can argue that we've had a 5-wave swing up. You could argue that. And even if it isn't, even if we're now pulling back for a wave 4, the levels will be very similar anyway. So if we are to have more correction, you can see we bounced off the 38.2, but it's not convincing that we're now continuing a leg upwards. It's not at all. And to be honest, we're due a larger correction. And how it works, for example, in Elliott wave is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the whole move has a larger correction. And then we go up again. And that larger correction, typically, it falls at the same level of previous support. And we can see 38.2 might not stand. But there's two other levels. One is around the 48.5, 49 level, and then we have a deeper one at 41.52 for Fetch. Now, what's interesting is when you run this Fibonacci, you'll see that that was previous strong support. So 48 and 49, it almost acts in the markets like a magnet. And if you actually scroll left here, you'll see that if you ignore this high, which is a quick spike up and down, the main resistance level was exactly the same. It was 49. So if we have a move down, that's where my eyes will be, around that level. And the good thing is that level is still quite a way away for a lot of these coins. So for most of these coins, it's going to be another 30-40% drop. Now, what do you think is going to happen? So again, put your smart money caps on. What do you think is going to happen when altcoins take a dump 30, 40, 50%? If they do, like we don't know for 100% sure, it could just go up from here. But let's assume they do and I'm right here and we're going to get a bigger dump, as I've been warning over the past couple of weeks. If that does happen, everybody, retail, so most people are going to panic and they're going to leave and they're going to think, well, this is not worth it. I don't know if that's a top and we're going back to all-time lows. I have no idea what's going on. 40, 50% is scary for me. But this is where the smart money will be mopping up because they know that's a normal, healthy pullback in a bull market. And this is a great level to buy from. So let's show you that on two of the coins. Solana's been on a great run as well. But this recent move from the September lows, have a look at how we again bounce perfectly on the 38.2. That's support for a lot of altcoins. But it looks like that support could be weak and it could fail. No guarantees, of course. But if it does, we have some clear levels there, which again could be magnets. We're looking at the 72 level, which is the 0.5. And then if it's a deeper correction back, all the way back down to 59. Avalanche, same story. So it was brand new fresh lows we saw on the 19th of October. And since the move then, we're now settling on the 38.2 again. And look where we had resistance before, that could turn to support. 24.32 if it's a deeper pullback. And we've got the 29 to 30 level if it's a medium pullback. At the moment, it's a shallow pullback. And we could absolutely push from here. We could absolutely do that. But the price action is looking very, very weak. So if we zoom in, since we had that bit of a panic moment, we can see we clearly did a 3-wave up. So we're always going to wipe it down. But even now, we moved down impulsively. Like I've explained on recent videos, clear downtrend established, lower highs, lower lows. The trend has changed for the short term anyway. Be careful with any fake outs. This could drag on for a while. It could be days, it could even be weeks. So be patient. And what could happen here is we could break these lows because it looks like we're very likely flagging again in a 3. If we break the lows again, push down further, then we consolidate, then there might be nothing interesting happening for a while, apart from obviously them announcing the ETFs being approved every single day. We get a head fake, and then we get sold off again, and then eventually we'll settle down at support, and then that's the area. This is why I hate this DCAing business, because people are DCAing here from the tops, whereas we can actually get a much deeper correction. Some of these altcoins can go down 50%. Like, it's much better to buy at 50% discount, just be patient. Yes, if we suddenly push off from here, you'll miss the first 10% move, but who cares? If you do the maths, it makes sense to be patient. Now, when everything has a bit of a crap and everything falls down, if that's the way it's going, I think it's going that way with no guarantees. If we go that way, then around these support levels, that's when you might DCA, because you'll be DCAing at 50% discount, and then an up move of 1% and a down move of 1%. Doesn't matter, it's not going to hurt the budget or anything. That's the level where you can take a few positions and build up and then see if we're going to blast off. And you have a lot less risk, because if we break down from there, well, then clearly everybody's wrong and it's not a bull market and something else is going on, but you can easily sell out for a small 5% loss and hold on to your cash. That's the way I would trade it. So keep an eye on these big altcoins and their major levels. They're going to be absolutely key. Thanks for listening.